Hello again, my name is Jim Varenkamp. I am the head track and field coach here at Queens. As always, I am here with Sahai Bainey, our head cross country coach. And the last time we raced, we were in Asheville in the cooler air. Can you tell us a little bit about the race, Sahai, and maybe some of the highlights that you saw?
Sure. It was a nice change of pace. We haven't been to Asheville before, so that was kind of nice. The women's side did pretty well. We were third overall behind Asheville and Alabama. And we tried something different that race. We wanted to kind of change up their racing strategies to try to do something that they're not used to see, if it would work out for them. So on the women's side, a lot of the women did try a different racing strategy. Some of them didn't really do well with that, but overall I was pretty excited with where we kind of ended on the women's side. And then on the men's side, we were 6th overall, but we did not have our number 1 guy, our number 3 guy, and our number 5 guy. So considering that, I would say that we did pretty well, and again, tried some different racing strategies just to see how we would do earlier in the season, switching it up versus at our key meets.
Now, this was the first time that the men had raced at the 8-kilometer distance this entire year. Can you talk maybe about how that affected some of the racers, or maybe what you saw as far as progress from last year to this year for our younger athletes?
I could say that we've had a big progress in the sense that we've worked on a lot more tempo and threshold this year, and being able to see that for the high schoolers coming from the 5K to the 8K was big. It was nice to see them transition better than we did from last year, and I know we had Adrian come out and do his first 8K as well, and I think he's adjusting as well to the distances of racing 5K hard and 8K on a cross-country course.
Now, I saw we had 2 freshmen in the race. We had Jacob Hirely and Avery Cypress. I'm continued to be impressed with how Avery races. He's more of a middle distance runner. I think his best race is about the 800. Can you talk about maybe the challenges for him each race as he adjusts to the longer distance?
Sure. I think for the most part he is just trying to figure out how is it going to feel after that 5K mark, knowing that I have 3,000 more meters to go. Him being a mid-distance runner, I will say he is a very smart, longer racer in the sense that he starts off a little bit more conservative and is able to be consistent and progressively pick it up towards the end of the race, which is really benefiting him a lot when we do have the longer workouts as well as 8K races.
Now, I know on the women's side we have Megan Wright, who joined us from the SEC from the University of Kentucky for this year, and she got to see some of her old competition in the University of Alabama. I know I talked to her after the race, a little bit of frustration that she couldn't beat everybody from Alabama, but it was cool to see that we could go out and compete with a school of that caliber. Can you talk about maybe some of the highlights from the women's races individually?
Yes, Megan Wright is doing exceptionally well, so we're really excited to see where she is. She was a little bit bummed about what she ran, and she ran 18:12, which is awesome for this early in the season. Our bigger meets are not till the end of October, November, and really December, making it to the national meet. So knowing where she is right now, she's doing a great job. Katie Bird is doing a great job progressing. She had a late transition with training for this summer, so she has gotten better every single race, every single workout. She's doing a great job, as well as another one of our freshmen, Sarah Baumkamp, is doing good. She's consistently running faster than she did in high school, whether it's another personal best or not, it's consistently better.
I know we're still waiting on Megan Dillmer, who has got some foot issues that we're dealing with, but essentially when we put her into the mix as a number 5, we become very competitive in the region. Can you talk about the regional rankings? I know that both the men and the women are ranked 9th right now. I personally, think that we can move up. Do you want to talk about maybe what your hopes and goals are as a team and we get to the regional meet?
So this upcoming week we're going to Louisville. We're going to see some of our regional competition that's ranked ahead of us at the meet. So that's kind of going to be exciting for us to really compare. We were ranked both men and women 9th without some of our top 5 people. On the men's side, we were ranked 9th without 1, 3, and 5. So I really would like to see how we will jump up after this upcoming weekend. And again, the same thing with the women's side. Not having Megan on there, not everyone having a great day should really make a huge difference of how we move up.
Now, I'd also say, can you talk about maybe the depth of our region? I would say in the last 3 to 4 years, our region has really improved. Who is the class of the field on the women's side, and who's the class of the field on the men's side that we should watch?
I could say it's really hard this year because there's a lot of teams that are doing significantly better than they did last year, who were not really ideal people that we would normally watch out for. I know on the women's side, Montevallo is really moving up. Wingate has always been competition. They're going to continue to be up there on the women's side as well. On the men's side, we always have Mount Olive that's fairly doing pretty well. That's up there, and I want to say the other one is either Clayton State or Columbus, and they're doing pretty well. And I think outside of that, it's really getting to the point where it's really where are the 4 and 5 going to lay, and that's going to make a big difference of where everyone falls. I would say from the teams ranked between the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and maybe even the 6th spot.
Well, I'm pretty excited. You know, our expectations are I think we can definitely get a few individuals to the national meet, and really got my fingers crossed that we can get a team to the national meet as well, whether that's men or women and or both. Both would be very exciting. Thanks for stopping by and taking the time to visit with us again, Sahai, and we'll be with you again next week when we talk about the Louisville meet.